Oh, hello. Welcome to Madmen with a Box live for the 179th time. I'm Pixel. Hi. That's Chris. That's Chris.
You were right the first time.
Oh, I was right the first time. Oh, well.
Yes.
It's flipped on the. My bad. Oh well.
See, the glasses off the show. He's actually an idiot. That's common misconception.
Doesn't matter which direction I point in. It's wrong. It's always down. That's where you are. Anyway, we're here on Madmen with the Box Live to discuss the Doctors Revisited. More so, the episodes that we would choose if we were going ahead and setting up the Doctors Revisited. So what? We have the 65th anniversary coming up eventually. That's what we'll think on.
Yeah, 65th or 70th.
Are we that close?
It's weird. I wouldn't like anniversaries. I always go with like the 10th number. So like 10th anniversary, 20th, 25. It's 25. I give like an exception because it's like you're like halfway to 50. And so it feels big.
So we're
but
going
like
to just
65. It's like 65th anniversary, and I'm like, that's great, but like not as big. It's like I used to have a friend that like when he was dating, they would like him and his girlfriend would be like, it's our 1 week anniversary, it's our 3 week anniversary. And it's like, brother, calm down. You better be getting gifts in that if you're calling it an anniversary every week.
I'm a big believer of So what we're really doing is we're setting up this list for the 75th anniversary. Because if you're getting 50, you got to go ahead and go there.
Where I'm at mentally.
I mean, if you're celebrating the 25th, you have to celebrate the 75th. It's logic at that point.
I guess, yeah. I'd say 75 is another exception.
And then you get to 100. Then you stop. You die. That's the end of it. But before we get to talk about that, guess what happened? Last week, we go ahead, we finish our show, give it 5 hours. Guess what? They found him. They found
who?
Who? Yes, they did. They found
who? They found a missing Australian Prime Minister, Harold Holt, after he just walked into the ocean, just disappeared.
What does that have to do with Doctor Who, Chris?
I mean, he is still technically, he's missing, presumed dead. They never found a body. And I'm not joking. He went out for a swim. He never came back. And to honor his memory, we named a pool after him. Because Australians. No, what did we find?
I'm finding that Rake is less a comedy, more a documentary. They found 2 episodes of the Dalek Master Plan.
It was 1 and 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they had 2, 5, and 10. So now
still missing quite a bit. We're missing quite
a bit. But you can sit and watch 1, 2, and 3 now. Well, not now.
Yeah.
Whenever they show it.
And one of them is Nicholas Courtney's debut in Doctor Who.
Yes.
Not as the Brigadier, as what's the character's name? It's Brett something.
Brett Favre.
Yes, he's playing Brett Favre. Which team did he play for? I literally only know Brett Favre from.
I don't know.
I only know him from what is Something About Mary, because he's in it.
I don't do the sports thing.
You brought him up.
Oh,
well, because I wasn't thinking. I can't think of any other Bretts just off the top of my head.
Brett Vion is the character.
Landry, we were talking about the 2 missing episodes that were found.
I heard about those. Just FYI, something's wrong with it. My microphone part is working, but my camera won't work through this app for some reason. It's working otherwise, but okay.
This app?
Well, not app. The chat, through the chat thing. It works in my on my computer and other apps, but not this chat for some reason. I don't know why. But
strange.
Not interesting to the general public. I know we have lots of people anxious for our opinions.
Yes,
it's true.
They found 2 missing episodes.
The Dalek Master Plan, episodes 1 and 3.
Just in time for us to talk about what's her name?
Katarina, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right. That.
Well,
you know what?
It's so funny because we did that big finish, and Gevain was like all about her, and I believe one of you more or less said, "Well, the BBC would have to recover episodes 1 and 3 of the Dalek Master Plan if you're ever going to see more of her."
I think that was Chris.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, I think what we figured out is Gevain was holding on to these episodes.
That's right.
And he just did this to show you up, Chris.
Yep. I guess.
Thank you, Gevain, for releasing these episodes wherever you are today.
So
Can you
what we need to
release the
start
rest
doing,
of it, please?
So what we need to start doing is for the rest of the missing episodes, we need to look for oddly specific things about them, and then get Gevain hooked on them, and then they'll just appear.
I desperately need Gevain to just be like, and like, how does the power of the Daleks not exist?
Yeah.
Like,
we got to make him a hardcore Power of the Daleks fan.
Absolutely. I think that's the next step here for sure.
I think we've officially decided Gevain is hiding all the episodes and releasing them slowly.
Yeah.
We need them as we go.
We need him to say, how come the BBC doesn't have the rights to an unearthly child?
Because he actually has the rights too. It's a funny thing about that. Gevain's got a lot of power. We should probably not trifle with him.
It's true.
So we need him to say this.
Sack Russell T. Davies.
And then it'll all be good. It'll all be saved. We had Christopher Eccleston say it. We need him to say it.
Yeah.
But no, it's funny with like these 2 episodes recovered. Katarina has more episodes as a companion compared to Sarah Kingdom, who was also introduced in this story.
Oh, that's funny.
True.
Because I think they shared like the least amount because of the episodes were missing.
Yeah.
This is the only news we have this week, right?
The only news, giant
Kind of.
news. It's all we get.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, everyone's getting their copies of the season 21 collection, and they're not happy about how the AI upscaling used in it. It's apparently really bad.
I've heard.
It's
a couple things.
I've seen clips, and like there's a screenshot of just like, is that supposed to look like Peter Davison? Because it kind of doesn't.
It looks like an Auton, yeah.
Yeah. Or like in just one scene where his hair is just changing texture.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, it's like, guys, everyone really didn't like it when you used it for the previous release. Like, why would you still... Like, there's nothing wrong with using it to upscale, but you're using it to a degree where it's actually changing the actor.
Well, on that note, I saw some side-by-side of the upcoming re-release of the movie that have me concerned, where the color correction, or there's some people are theorizing that there is a degree of color filter that was added post after the filming that is not being added because they're taking these from the original film. They're not adding this high contrast, like vibrant blue in the TARDIS during the scene. Like, so you see these side by sides, and it's like, this just looks like the set. Where's all the... And some people are really happy, like, oh, they got rid of that crazy, vibrant, like, oversaturated color. I love the oversaturated color. It's a science fiction show about a guy traveling around in a magic face box.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I know. Yeah, I think I did see that going around. Yeah, it's like it's not as like the hue is not as it's not as blue. Like there's not a blue light shining on the Eighth Doctor when he's like right at the console, which it is. It should be because it's a bright blue light. Of course, it's going to be shining on him. It's
it looks like
kind of it's pale. It's now paler or just pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, if that's what the original like film reel is, sure. But like, you at least want to kind of preserve what the final product turned out to be.
Yeah,
like, it's like no, we're gonna release it as it was filmed, not as what it was released as.
Right.
It's just I don't know after these with like the collections, I think they really need to like step back and. If they're going to use AI upscaling, they're going to figure out how to do it like in a way that is not going to like actually ruin the product and like piss everyone off.
Well, at least we're not seeing any signs of that with the TV movie release
that we know of. Like we don't know when it's coming. Like it's probably coming out this year, but I think as it gets closer and people get their copies, we'll find out.
Anyway, it's about time that we shift into our topic, which, as a reminder, we're talking about the Doctor Revisited, stories that we would choose to go ahead and help that may introduce the Doctor to some fans. Like I'm certain that it did during the 50th. Quite a few. Yeah. So, do we want to go doctor by doctor?
Yeah, we'll go around, but we'll go by we'll give our everyone gives the first Doctor, and then once we get back to the start, everyone gives the second, et cetera, instead of just being like, here's all of mine.
Yes. Yeah. All right, Landry. We may not be able to see you, but we can't hear you. Tell us what you've chosen.
So, it was really hard to not just pick The Unearthly Child with this. One, it is literally an introduction to the show, to the concept, to the TARDIS, to everything. And I actually really love, I've seen both versions of The Unearthly Child. I think I have both of them somewhere. And I like both of them. I think it's actually really underrated. Of course, now it's just not rated at all because we can never watch it again. But just as far as an introduction goes, I went with Unearthly Child. That's, to me, quintessential first Doctor introduction. That's what it's just there.
Okay, Joe, the Corallos.
For this one, I was thinking, the Time Meddler. I think it's wanted to go with something on the shorter end, like a 4-parter. It incorporates a historical aspect, but also sci-fi elements, with the Time Meddler. It's also just one of the stronger existing Hartnell stories, especially if you can't take the Aztecs, for this one. So that's where I went.
Fair. Yeah. Daleks for me. I think last week we discussed.
Shocking.
I know, but it's where the first part of Unearthly Child is very good, and then you get to the Tribe of Gum, and it's like, oh, but the Daleks. There's a reason why there was Dalek Mania. There's something about the story that just captures attention. And yeah, getting to see the first Doctor face his greatest enemies. Yes, it's great. Chris.
I went with An Unearthly Child. It is where it all began. Yeah, sure, the rights are up in the air, so you can't really watch it unless you've got physical copies or some shady sites that might have it. But no, the very beginning, it's where it all began. It sets up the premise of Doctor Who. So yeah, Unearthly Child for the first Doctor. I would have also selected the Daleks. I think that does also a really good job as well. Time Endler, yeah, that would have been a great choice as well. Yeah, anything outside of like the Aztecs. I think any story where it's like the premise of them sci-fi, but also, you know, we're going through history, but also kind of teaching you something as well. So, yeah. Unearthly Child.
That's the one thing about the Doctors Revisited. Them choosing the Aztecs, that is a great, that is a strong story for them.
It's a really strong story. Yeah, because then, like, I don't know, like, the Romans is like okay, but like it's like it gets a little too goofy. Like, I don't know.
Listen, when you get to that moment where William Hartnell is just giddy about setting everything on fire, it gets a little bit, oh, I did that too.
I caused so much damage and death.
Well, you get that, and I love the bit, or I think it's very early on when he's calling, you know, Ian Chatterton, and Barbara goes, Chesterton, and he turns to her and then goes, Ian, Barbara's calling you. It's great.
Landry, the second Doctor.
Okay. So, and I should have said this before, I really tried in general to avoid picking episodes that were favorites with this list, and going with ones I felt were quintessentially representing that era of the Doctor. In a few cases, I picked episodes I actually don't like, just because I feel like we've already kind of picked our episodes of based on personal taste. So this is not an example of that. I love this episode. I picked Tomb of the Cybermen as an introduction to the second Doctor. Not only is it a great episode, but the Doctor has an unusual moment of just sitting with Victoria and talking about his own experience, talking a little bit about himself, about his diary, his 450 year, all that stuff. It really made me feel that when I first saw that episode, I felt I understood that Doctor a little better than I had previously. So I went with that one.
Okay. Joe of the Corallos.
You know, I think you know, for me here, you know, I went with the Mind Robber.
Oh, good
one. I really like that story a lot. It's fantasy, which you don't get a lot in Doctor Who, but they play into it a bit. You get the great bit where, you know, Jamie gets knocked in as like a puzzle piece, and he's just a different actor for a whole episode. Like, I think there's a lot of fun there. It is a complete story. I was trying to avoid picking one that was like partially missing or something like that. It's not necessarily my all-time favorite Patrick Troughton story, but I think it's a fun, cozy kind of story that, you know, sort of expands what Doctor Who is and has sci-fi, fantasy, and all this other stuff going in. I think, you know, Zoe and Jamie get enough to do on their own in that story. No one feels wasted in any particular episode. I love the invasion. That might be my favorite Patrick Troughton story. But there's that whole episode where Jamie's just like, I'm going to go sleep in this chair. And it occasionally just cuts to Jamie just being like, you know, like, oh, go on. I'm going to keep sleeping. It's just like, all right.
For me, I did choose my favorite. And that's not the War Games. No, it's actually the Enemy of the World. I love this story so much. You got the team there. You have Patrick Troughton not only as our hero, as our villain. It's fantastic. And it's got that 60s sci-fi with the what is that car that comes up front? Oh, because it's trying to be, what's the year?
I've never seen it. I don't know.
I think it's one that's passed now.
Yeah, no, it's a really good story. I was also debating picking that one.
It is it's so
2018.
good. It was 2018. That's right. It's supposed to be 2018, so they have it all where it's supposed to be futuristic. It's very clearly not. I love it. It's fantastic. Chris.
Well, Second Doctor, I was gonna put Mind Robber. I was gonna put Enemy of the World. I did want to pick War Games because, like, as a first time, I want to try and avoid like A, it's a big story. B, it's his last story. So it's like, here's your introduction to the Doctor. He changes at the end. It's like, oh, okay. Sure, okay. I actually went with The Evil of the Daleks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoyed that story. I like it quite a lot. Pixel, it has Daleks. So you'll love
the Daleks. Yeah.
But
I am the Nicholas Briggs of this group. If there's a Dalek in it, I probably like it a lot.
You're the only one that loves death to the Daleks.
Okay, that's the second. For Revisited, I believe they did choose Tomb of the Cybermen. That was their choice.
Sean is in the chat. Hello. They also picked Time Meddler for First Doctor and Invasion for the Second Doctor.
I love the Invasion. If we had every episode, I probably would have also picked that. But yeah.
Landry, for the Third Doctor, where are we going?
This was an easy one for me. And again, not a favorite episode, but it is so quintessentially Third Doctor to me. The Sea Devils. One, we get some the whole unit, humanity versus somebody they share the planet with that they didn't know about. That whole thing feels very Third Doctor. All the unit stuff in general. The Third Doctor is very earthbound at this point. It just, for me, I don't know if this is the best introductory episode. I wasn't quite sure what the assignment was, so I went with episodes I felt were just quintessentially representing that Doctor. And for me, the Sea Devils is almost the perfect example of the way the Third Doctor's episodes feel. It runs a little long, it bogs down in some places, but it is just very basically Third Doctor. So I went with Sea Devils.
Okay. Joe.
For me, I'm going Carnival of Monsters. Again, I'm trying to pick stories that are shorter, but like it's such an engrossing story. It's got great cliffhangers. It has like alien political intrigue while also having interesting monsters and things going on. I think it's a really fun, engaging story that does a lot of what Doctor Who does well.
For my choice, I went with the whereas I do like the Sea Devils, I went with the original Doctor Who and the Silurians.
Yeah.
The episode goes ahead. You have these weird looking Silurians. You're never going to convince me that third eye should be there. But mostly there at the end where you have the Doctor's reaction to the Brigadier blowing up the base. He's like, "Did you know? Did you know?" That sticks with you, especially leading into Inferno. He kind of wants to be away. But that was my choice.
All right. For me, I picked Terror of the Autons.
Mm-hmm.
I think, it would go on to establish a lot for the Third Doctor.
Yep.
Particularly, Joe being a big mainstay companion of his era, the Master as well, who would be a recurring villain throughout his era. And like, yeah, it is just like we're kind of just rehashing Spearhead from Space, but you know, Doctor's Revisited picked Spearhead from Space. It's like, okay, I'll just pick the other one, Terror of the Autons. Now, I enjoy it as and it's the start of a season. So, aside from mention from Liz Shaw, it's not like I'm really kind of missing a lot of context. If I were to just start here with Terror of the Autons, and you already get like, here's the introduction of the Master, and then you have a Time Lord just kind of explain, Master's here. Watch out, he's kind of bad. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Ishan actually changed their choice for the second Doctor. They actually went with the Macra Terror.
It's a good one.
Okay.
And for the third Doctor,
they picked Time Warrior.
I mean,
which is a pretty good choice as well. Yeah.
I feel like my choices are bad. There's all of you, including Sean, are talking about episodes like, oh yeah, huh, that would have been better. But I got the message of what this one was at. I was in the middle of the grocery store and just typed up my list. And again, I was going with what episodes I felt just encapsulated the era, including the bad parts of the era. So it's a little bit of a different list from me.
I mean, that's fine. Like, the Doctor's Revisited was for an anniversary, so if, like, it's like, okay, this is like an episode you would pick to also, like, represent that Doctor.
We can do whatever the hell we want. They can't stop us.
Yeah.
They can't stop us. What are they going to do?
That's right, BBC. I'm going to storm your building, and I'm going to steal all the remaining missing episodes. I know you had them hidden somewhere.
No, Gevain has them. We established.
Oh, that's right. We will send Gevain to recover all of them.
That's what he's doing right now.
Yeah, that's why he's not here. He's actually gone to the UK.
Yeah.
The BBC archive.
He's going to the BBC archive to just.
So,
fourth
Doctor. I've got City of Death. I love City of Death. It also can be very hard to watch sometimes. It is a very smart, convoluted episode that I think, if you really give it the time, it is brilliant. But it is right there in the middle of the Tom Baker era, and it has all that Douglas Adams weirdness from that era that was permeating Doctor Who at that time. That I think is very unique to the middle era of Tom Baker out of any era of Doctor Who. There's something just so absurdist about that time, and it captures it very well for me. And that's what I go with.
Yeah.
But real quick, I could have easily gone. For me, the Fourth Doctor era is very much, there's the three eras. There's the three different versions of the Fourth Doctor. That first run, that middle bit, and that last, then we get, what's his name, the last producer, where he's all in red.
Yeah.
Like, these are three different Fourth Doctors, in fairness. So I just went right down in the middle. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, you're fine. For me, again, like, it's with Tom Baker, with a lot of these Doctors, you could pick so many episodes. We're still at the part where you can pick so many episodes.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm going Robots of Death. It's such a solid story and again, it's just one of those stories, like, if you want to understand Doctor Who, Robots of Death is literally every other episode of Doctor Who. And it's a nice little whodunit. It's a really good story with Leela. I love her as a companion. She's unfortunately mostly in shit episodes. But this is one of the really good stories she's in. Probably her best story is one I would not recommend to people right away. So, it's I'm going Robots of Death.
Well, Landry went City of Death. You went Robots of Death. I went with The Deadly Assassin. There's a lot of death around. I chose this one. You know, Landry talks about it being the second episode of Doctor Who we ever watched, and there is something about it that is special. I don't know if I can really say it's the best representation of the Fourth Doctor's eras, but it is some of the best. It draws you in. It has that opening scrawl. Love it. And you get Crispy Master. Who doesn't like a little deep fried master from time to time? So yeah, that was my choice.
I also went with City of Death. I think
Hey.
it really kind of like captures like I feel like this is what, especially during that era, this is what the Fourth Doctor is, especially with like how he's interacting, especially with the villains. It's just like then that the one of the most famous scenes in that episode is just them being captured and cornered, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm sure you're a beautiful lady, maybe." It's just like, and then when Douglas goes to like attack them with the chair, it's like, "Douglas, put that down. That's an expensive piece of furniture. I do apologize for Douglas. He has a bit of a crush on you. He just wanted to ask you out." Just I think I feel like that's like Tom Baker on like his A game in that episode. So I think that really captures like that time of what the Fourth Doctor is, and like I think a lot of people like City of Death. As Sean says, City of Death is the easy pick. Yeah, I agree, because it is a very good like Fourth Doctor episode and captures like who he is. So yeah,
it's
City of Death for me.
It's before Lala Ward fucking hated his guts.
Yeah. When they
I always love that interview where someone asks, "Who's your favorite monster?" Tom Baker.
Yeah, it's like for me, the best performances she gives is City of Death and A Warrior's Gate, her last story, where she fucking hates him, and I love it. It's so good. She is just like, I am getting the fuck out of here, and it's great. I would rather fuck around with these lion people I just met than spend another goddamn minute in that box with you and that annoying fucking brat. Oh, and I'm taking your dog too, asshole. Like, that's great. It's so good.
Landry, the Fifth Doctor.
Okay, this is where it got tricky for me. Because I could just always go with the Fifth Doctor's final episode. Because it's even though the Fifth Doctor has always been one of my favorites, that's the only episode I think is particularly good, is Caves of Androzani. And I actually think Caves of Androzani is fantastic. But I did want to avoid regeneration episodes for the same reason. Was it Chris, I think, mentioned earlier? One of you guys did. Yeah. About it's not a good way to bring somebody in. It's not indicative of the era. So I went with Modern Undead. I wish they had been able to have what's his name instead of the Brigadier. What's that?
Ian. I think it was originally it was Ian in mind, but they couldn't get him back for
It was so clearly they made it the Brigadier for school teacher Ian.
Yeah, and the Brigadier becoming a school teacher, sure.
Yeah. There's a lot that I don't particularly like about this. I still enjoy this one. I enjoy Modern Undead quite a bit. There's a lot I think drags and is weird, but it's our introduction to Turlo, who I actually like, but it's not a good start. But it is also still very Fifth Doctor era with the flaws and everything. I love the concept of this race of beings trying to steal regeneration technology, all of that really interesting stuff. So it just felt very Fifth Doctor to me.
Zhao of the Corallos.
Yeah, for this one, I'm going. What was it? God, I
Didn't write down your list, did you, sir?
No, I did. I was just like what was it? Story? What because they're all it was like what was it? It is Resurrection of the Daleks is the Peter Davison one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because they're all like, yeah, remember. So yeah, like that. I'm going with that because I love the combination of the Dr. Tegan and Turlough. I think it's one of the better dynamics from the classic era, and I think this is probably one of their best outings together. It's a critique on sort of how violent the show has been getting to some extent. I haven't listed a Dalek story yet, and I think let's get the fuck around to that. And it's also a companion departure story. So, I think there's a lot for that. So I'm going Resurrection of the Daleks. That's right, because I keep thinking because I know Revelation is like Colin Baker's, but I'm like, but the one with the undead people, that should be called Resurrection of the Daleks. Like this one should be called Revelation.
I went because I had to think about it because unfortunately the Doctors Revisited when I did the story I would have done. Where do they kill Adric?
Yeah.
But so I can't choose Earthshock.
Hey, watch this one episode of the Fifth Doctor. That fucking nerd dies at the end.
Yes, yes, you cheer. It's great. But we talked about Enlightenment a few weeks ago. That was good, but it wasn't sticking out to me enough that I was like, yeah, I can name that. What I can go ahead and say that is one that I'll revisit from time to time that I really do love. Arc of Infinity.
Mm-hmm.
Even with fleshy Omega, which is weird. Great villain. He's got this weird ass looking sidekick. And
I knew when you didn't pick the three Doctors for Pertwee that you were going to pick Arc of Infinity for the Fifth Doctor.
I had to get Omega in there somewhere.
I knew it. I was like, I knew that.
I could have taken an out and done like
this guy here is gonna put fucking Reality War for 15. I can tell.
What?
Because Omega.
No. That is not a good representation of Omega. That's the thing about this story. This one is. That's the thing. I like Omega in this story. Even with his redesign that is unfortunately never going to be as good as that OG.
Mm-hmm.
This is a compelling story. And we get Tegan back in this one.
Yeah, Tegan back.
Kill her cousin first.
You get your boy Colin Baker.
That's right. He is in this one.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, okay. Carrot juice. Sorry, Chris.
Now, the Fifth Doctor is my favorite classic Doctor, and I put that rule in of like no regeneration episode, so I couldn't pick Caves of Androzani. That would have been the more obvious choice to pick of like to represent the Fifth Doctor. But then it's like, okay, my other choices is like I could have picked Kinder or Snake Dance, but they're more focused on Tegan than the Doctor. They're more
they Kinder are.
Shut up. So I just went with the beginning, Castrovalva.
Yep.
Yeah. Plain and simple. Introduction to the Fifth Doctor. Introduction to the majority of like the dynamic of Nissa, Tegan, and Adric. Yeah, easy enough.
Sean.
I feel like another good choice is Time Flight, because if someone still wants to watch more after watching Time Flight, they're hooked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Sean said that he had to choose Case of Androzani. So,
I mean, it's a great episode.
yeah,
It really is.
All right, here comes the rough part, kids. It's time to talk about the Sixth Doctor. Landry, what story do you choose?
Look, I'm going to give you some heavy props here, Pixel, because a lot of this stuff I had never watched. I think I was like 14 or 15. I was like 15 when the Sixth Doctor showed up, and I was out. Like, I was not interested. And I didn't come back to Doctor Who until 2006, consequentially. But actually, really, a couple of years in. But you got me to watch Trial of the Time Lord. I'm not going to pick all of Trial of the Time Lord.
You can't.
You can't. It's a whole. It's a storytelling device laid in over what was clearly episodes that weren't written for that. But that's okay. I'm going with Terror of the Vervoids, which you actually sold me on.
That's the one from that grouping.
It's
the only one you can pick. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good. I kind of wish it was its own thing, because if it stood by itself, it really it's the best Bell story. It's
and she
ever.
Yet.
It is the best Bell story ever. In any episode of Doctor Who, it is her best story.
It's technically a future Mel story.
Yep.
So yeah, that's my pick. There was just nothing else.
I guess that's yours too, huh, Joe?
No, for me, since I went Resurrection of the Daleks, I'll go Attack of the Cybermen, since there is a continuity between those. And I also want to get a Cyberman story in. We're already on the Sixth Doctor, and Silver Nemesis fucking blows. So,
actually, I was tempted to choose Attack as well, because that is, I caught that like a few months ago. Like, you go on like Pluto or something, and they got those random free channels. That was one, and that was the one that was on, and I just like, you know what? This is pretty good.
If it started with Attack of the Cybermen instead of the Twin Dilemma, I think he would have maybe had a better chance moving forward.
I went. It's so hard for me because Terror of the Vervoids is actually like on its own. It is a good story, but when thinking about the trial aspect and all that, I went ahead and went with the final bit. I went with the Ultimate Foe.
Okay.
I mean, you have the Valiant as his full revealed glory. Well, as revealed as they ever will. And to step into the Matrix is trippy, but it's fun enough that it compels you enough to finish it through. I wish I could have just said Trial of the Time Lord, but I can't. That's not fair. Yeah. Even though I love it with all my heart. Chris.
I went with Revelation of the Daleks.
Yeah.
Like, Attack of the Cybermen would have been a close second, but I think out of that season, it's like Revelation of the Daleks is my favorite, so that I would pick that to represent the Sixth Doctor. Like, you know, ended that season on a high after very much of like, there's stuff there.
So we're not really even going to debate Time Slash. We're just going to act like it sucks.
Counterpoint. Yes. We're not going to touch it. Okay.
What did they choose Twin Dilemma for the Doctors Revisited?
No, it was Vengeance on Varos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which is the only other like decent to good episode in that series as well. So
Sean also chose Attack of the Cybermen, though. And now we have to talk about. We're almost to the end of this era. So I'm talking about the Seventh Doctor. Landry.
Well, let me check my notes. I actually do not remember.
What did you choose?
See. Notes.
Tell us now.
Curse of Fenric. That was an easy one for me. Curse 1, I don't think there's a lot of good ones to pick. 2, I really like Curse of Fenric. And I think it does a good job of showing the Seventh Doctor as a manipulator. So the Seventh Doctor, not as the clown of the early Seventh Doctor, but the kind of cruel manipulative side of him. I mean, I like Ace. There's just a lot I enjoy about this one, but I also think that the plot moves at a pace that is strong enough that you could show this to somebody and they're not just going to throw something at you. That's the main thing. Can you escape unscathed? Is somebody going to hurt you if you try to make them watch it? And I think this is the best chance I have.
Okay. Joe.
I mean, this one's tough because Remembrance and Battlefield are both off the plate. You know, I was also going to pick Curse of Fenric, but you know, I'll since you mentioned that, I do think it's the stronger story, but I think a story that's like similar enough that also hits a lot of the same themes is Greatest Show in the Galaxy. So I'm going to go Greatest Show in the Galaxy. You know, that bit with the old gods, and there's more like, you know, the gods of Ragnarok and, you know, the Doctor trying to manipulate things, like, you know. I personally am a Ghostlight truther, but I would not recommend Ghostlight to the faint of heart. So I'm going Greatest Show in the Galaxy.
It's so funny. We had the same problem. I wanted to just do Remembrance of the Daleks and call it a day, but we couldn't because that's what they chose. Damn them.
Yes.
I had to choose Greatest Show in the Galaxy as well. We got the Ragnarok there at the end, and then you have the ringleader there who goes ahead and wraps you through. Why not? It is weird. It is strange. It ain't that great, but you know, it is compelling. So yeah, that was my choice as well.
Yeah, it's not good, but it encapsulates the Seventh Doctor's era very well.
It is the best of the worst. Chris.
I was going to pick The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. I really enjoy that episode. I really do. I think it's, of that season, it's second best after Remembrance. But I also went with Curse of Fenric. I think encapsulating and like showing like this is what the Seventh Doctor is, like the master manipulator, who would even use his own friends in order to defeat evil, but like it's not happy that he has to do it. I think it's a great episode. Ace is great in it as well. So it's a good Doctor and also a good Ace episode as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Curse of Fenric. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Pixel didn't pick Survival.
Yeah.
No, you're not, because it sucks.
Like
I know people.
I like animals.
I know how much you love it.
Pixel's just watching Survival, just being like, he's like the master in it, right? Like, he's dealing with this contamination, this humiliation.
What it is. That is what it is. It's like,
I will be free of it.
Not the furry virus. He becomes a cheetah person. Why?
Yes, he does.
With the thickest cat eye contacts that must have been so painful.
If Big Finish had reached a deal with Ainley, do you think they would have made him continue the Cheetah Master at that point?
Oh my god.
Oh god. That is not the cat's meow.
No.
Sorry. I do. While we take this time to talk about the fact that with the Doctors Revisited, they did show the TV movie. There's no other choices, guys. It's all there is. It's all we got. And now we get it in 4K. While that's happening, I'm going to go grab a Baja Blast.
No commercial break.
You do that. Yeah, I mean, I'll take a minute to be like, maybe Landry will back me up on here. Maybe Chris as well. Like, I hate that we have to keep like pretending that movies like good. It's like Doctor Who fans, like
It's all we
everyone, it's what are we doing?
It's all right.
Like, yeah, like,
I
but
like
like,
it.
yeah.
Okay,
It's fun.
I mean, it's a fun curiosity. It's like going to the zoo and seeing, like, I don't know, a tiger that really is not happy. That is an unhappy tiger you're looking at, and you go, "This would probably be better if this tiger was free," but I still want to see it. I'm still going to look at the suffering tiger because I'm just that kind of bad person, I guess. And so the movie's fine. But, we don't have to actually pretend it's the only thing we have. We have a short from the 60th anniversary that is functionally an Eighth Doctor episode. So there are 2 Eighth Doctors episodes to choose from, in my opinion.
Would you really choose that 5-minute clip over his movie?
I mean, I only didn't because it's a regeneration episode, but so is his other one. But at least it's an introduction. So I did go with the movie, but I do consider his finale. Story is not in length. You could the story is in quality and it could be a 5-minute or it could be a 5-hour. Doesn't matter.
I still think there is more to be gathered in the movie, even with its problems. There are problems, lots of problems, but there's enough good in there to be grabbed.
Which one tells us more about the Eighth Doctor? The one where he basically allows himself to die on principle, or the one where he is, I don't know what he's doing, like he's dancing around in his shoes or something?
He's trying to answer that very question you just asked.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't remember who he is. Who am I?
But in the short, we have a very he has a very definitive idea on who he is, and he dies for his principles, but also accepts the inevitability that he has to let go of himself to become what he needs to be. It's a very interesting dichotomy on that to me, and I think they packed a lot of character into those few minutes. There's a lot of value. I wish I could say I was joking because it'd be a funny joke. Yeah, that short is better than that movie, but I actually genuinely believe that there is something more of value. I'm not picking it simply because I don't think it's a good introduction, but I do think it's a phenomenal short.
It's crazy how RDV could have done so much more. Could have done so much more. Oh well. That's our conversation about the Eighth Doctor. It's time to talk about
we can't really count, like, if we could, I would count expanded material, but we're going.
Then we'd be here all day.
We'd be here all day.
Forever
I'd say novels. I would say Vampire Science. Audio. I would say pick
whatever the Fifth Doctor has for. Oh well, no. Oh, actually, I would have a hard time because I could choose. Could choose Spare Parts, which
Spare Parts is great.
One of the best ever. Great. But you know what? He has one of the best Weeping Angel stories as well.
I haven't heard that one.
Really good. Really good. Anyway. Ninth Doctor. Landry.
So for clarification, I didn't realize that we have to avoid picking the things they use in that, and I have no idea what they used when they did the official ones, so I might have overlap. I don't care though, because what are they gonna do? Arrest me? No.
We will.
Oh, okay. Then I gotta be careful here. This is dangerous territory. I went with the Day of the Doctor. Is that no? That's that's the night. We're not counting him. He only gets the one. War Doctor. He got the one. Let's not throw him out. Okay, End of the World. I went with End of the World for the Ninth Doctor, where I love the fact that he's just sitting there dancing while the world burns. There's something just with the goofy grin on his face. It's a fun, silly episode that also has just enough weight through Rose having this little existential crisis over the death of her world, while the Doctor, we see him probably at his most alien in this moment out of anything. Like, we see that disconnect that being a time traveler gives him. Oh yeah, the Earth is going to blow up. I've seen it before, kind of attitude. It's like, I really like that. It's not my favorite episode, but I think it is a really good introduction to the Ninth Doctor.
Joe of the Corallos.
This is tough because what was it? They picked like what? Empty Child Doctor Dances was like the pick. They didn't pick that one.
Yes, it is.
They picked
Yeah.
Dallas.
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
that's the official one.
No, they
yeah.
chose.
Oh no, it isn't. No, yeah, it's right. It's Bad Wolf Parting of the Ways. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Bad Wolf Parting of the Ways. Yeah, because like
I thought they chose Aliens of London. I thought.
no.
Oh God.
No, that's stupid. Because like I would pick Empty Child Doctor Dances for this because part of it is because the end of the world, like after Landry picked it, and it's obviously going to be Chris's pick. To also go that way, I was like, no, and like I'm sure Pixel's going to pick like Dalek or something. And then like Father's Day maybe, but like I'm gonna go Empty Child.
He's like in half of that episode though, so
yeah,
it's more of a Rose story. So it's a great story, but it's more Rose focused.
Yeah, so like I was kind of on the fence with that, but I was like, yeah, Empty Child Doctor Dances.
You're wrong. Empty Child Doctor Dances is my pick too. For this one, 10 and 11, I managed to find two-parters because when they did, the reason why they were filling in that time slot with these two-parters for the 9th, 10th, and 11th Doctors. That's why the Rebel Flesh and Almost People are there, which is very weird. But I chose Empty Child Doctor Dances because it's a fantastic story. It's great. When you get the Doctor at the end, just this once, everybody lives. No one dies.
No, it's really great.
And you know what? It's written by my favorite. So
I hope after that, I hope that they let Stephen Moffat do more with Doctor Who.
Me too. I would want even more because I'm selfish. Chris.
I went with Dalek. Yeah,
nice. It's a really good one,
especially with this Doctor, especially with you having establishing earlier on in the season, he is a survivor. He's the last of his people. And then you really get what this Doctor is like when that is pushed to the forefront. And it's also a big thing of him also having to come to terms with it, which then affects like the second half of the season. So yeah, really, and like Eccleston at his like A game in this episode. Rose is really good in this episode as well, as kind of like a counter of like, she's traveled like quite a bit with the Doctor. She doesn't know what the Daleks are, and that she's kind of sympathizing with it because it's changing, and she's kind of seeing the Doctor act differently with the Dalek being here, and then reintroduction of the Daleks as well. So yeah, I think really good episode to encapsulate the 9th Doctor. So yeah, I picked Dalek. I'm surprised Pixel didn't pick a Long Game.
No, you're not. Why do you say these things? See, Survival makes sense. I don't like Long Game all that much either, It's not very good. But I don't hate it as much as I hate Survival. I despise Survival. It's so bad. I hate it. Landry, take us to the 10th Doctor so I can stop talking about cat people.
Well, interestingly,
what does he picks New Earth?
I was gonna say New Earth is pretty good. I mean, it serves a great role, and you gotta love a cat person episode.
It does. It does. It's good.
But I didn't go with that. I didn't. I went with the Unicorn and the Wasp.
Wow.
I really like the Unicorn and the Wasp. It is silly. It is fun. It is. It's got a basic mystery. The Donna Doctor play off of each other. But again, there's some like the way I picked City of Death and a couple others. There is something just quintessentially. What's his name? Dave Tennant is just very in his moment at that point. He's very comfortable in the role, and his. You just, for me, Doctor and Companion, you're never going to get better than Tennant and Catherine Tate. So there's just a peak of them playing off each other for me. Sells it from the energy between them, sells everything else. I don't love the Wasp. I don't want to mislead. The Wasp itself was always absurd. I don't love that at all. But I also didn't care because I enjoyed a good basic mystery. The scene where the Doctor gets poisoned. This is all fun stuff. I just, had fun with it. So yeah, I went with that one.
Joe.
For me, I went Human Nature, Family of Blood. I love that story, and it also really encompasses a lot of the 10th Doctor's era, and it does a lot of Doctor Who-y things. It's a story that takes place as like a period piece, but there's also aliens, and the way Tennant handles it, like the whole bit of he was being kind, and like it feels very unique to his Doctor. Like you have a hard time seeing other Doctors end it exactly in that way. Like I feel like so many other Doctors would have maybe tricked them into doing something awful to themselves, but the fact that he's like so proactive about it and like does all of these like pretty horrendous things to them, but they did deserve some kind of like all of that. Like it feels very unique to the 10th Doctor. I think you understand the 10th Doctor more after watching it. It plays with the time period. It feels very cinematic. So I'm going Human Nature, Family of Blood.
Fair. That's also why I'm going Human Nature, Family. Joe, we gotta stop copying off of each other.
We really do.
But this is a fantastic two-parter. Everything you said about the 10th Doctor, absolutely. It did make me think about when I was looking through 15th and I saw the Interstellar Song Contest when you got the Doctor torturing the terrorist guy at the end. There is something in there that still, it doesn't feel right. But here, even the terrible things that he's doing to these aliens, it's pretty deserved.
Yeah.
And you will take a second glance at that mirror anytime you see it. Is there a little girl in the background? Yeah. Chris.
This is tough because I was also going to pick Human Nature, Family of Blood. but then I thought, hang on, he's not the Doctor until like the end of the second part. There's aspects of the Doctor there, but he's not really the Doctor. So I got really like stuck with like, what would I choose? Like, I was gonna go Waters of Mars. It's a great episode. It's a great
good one.
That's a great Doctor episode. But to really kind of like capture like who this Doctor is, it's like, yeah, he's a bit more human, but there underneath all of that, it's just like you're lucky he has someone with him to kind of hold him back. No second chances, as he says. It's like, hey, Sycorax, I defeated you in battle. Yeah, I've made you concede, but okay, go away. But then when the Sycorax leader goes to attack him, he just hits the button, lets him fall to his death, and no second chances. So I feel like I would also have to go New Earth.
New Earth is great.
Yeah, because you get more of like what his Doctor is like, the core of what his Doctor is, and like especially when Cassandra is taking over Rose. Yeah, I would have to go. I would really have to go with New Earth.
That was legitimately a close one for me with that one.
He just wanted to bring up the cat people again, Chris. You can admit it.
No.
I was actually. The Christmas Invasion is also a really great episode. It's a great starter, but he's barely in it because he's sleeping through most of it.
Should we do an episode where we rank all the best cat people in Doctor Who?
Number 1, survival.
The Master, he's the best cat person. If Gevain was here, I think he might say Fires of Pompeii. I think he might throw that in there because that is another good one. When just save them.
Yeah, it's good.
It's great.
One.
As Sean says, for 8th Doctor, they also picked Empty Child, The Doctor Dances, and for 10, Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead, which was one option that Doctors Revisited did. That was for the Watch channel, because the other one was Stolen Earth, Journey's End.
Yeah.
Did you say the 8th Doctor, the Empty Child, Doctor Death? That's a weird.
The 9th Doctor.
I think you said 8th. But
Yeah.
I will make you watch Survival again.
Have we reviewed it? Is it time?
We have.
But again, it's time to do it again.
If Pixel doesn't play nice, we will.
This is where Pixel says no second chances.
Listen, listen. I'm the one that gets seized all the time. I get this one chance, okay? All right. Anyway, let's go. Let's move on to the 11th Doctor. Landry, you're wise. What did you choose?
Okay, so hold on, let me bring up my list. To me, the 11th Doctor era is a bit of a mess. I love Matt Smith. I love all the performers in it. I think there's a lot of great moments, but the seasons as a whole kind of flit in and out with big concepts, and I think that this is where we see Moffat doesn't really deliver, and a lot of the modern Doctor Who for me the breakdown begins here. That said, I see that Pixels so wants to disagree with me. I can just see it on his face. Rings of Akhaton. Is that how you pronounce Akhaton? I don't know. Rings, that one, the Rings one. That is this quintessential 11th Doctor. He's going to shout at a planet. He's going to give a dramatic speech, like a melodramatic speech, to a planet while adjusting his bow tie. I mean, that is just peak perfect 11th Doctor for me. He is just the gravitas of that. I love it. As a planet slowly gets like drained because the Doctor or takes too much and then is getting overwhelmed, all of it just really, really great. We get little bits of humanity also mentioned, like where he mentions having a grandchild, or you've been there before, the sensosphere, near the whatever, the sensorites. There's a lot of little bits of continuity to this one. We get to see the Doctor through Clara's eyes. She doesn't really know him yet, so we're also getting that lens, which is always a great way to see the Doctor through a new companion. And just that speech, which obviously is one of the most famous Doctor Who speeches for a reason, it has a lot of impact, so I went with that.
I love everything that you said. I love that episode. But when you had mentioned just Matt Smith and his bow tie, I was picturing like a Chippendale dancer. That was a little odd.
Oh no,
that'd be a different Doctor
too, though, didn't he?
Joe, what did you choose?
There's so many. I really enjoy it, but Vincent and the Doctor, I really like that one. It's a really good story, and like I got to go to Amsterdam last year, and I got to spend time at like the Vincent van Gogh Museum and all of that. So yeah, Vincent and the Doctor.
That's fair. Like I said, this is the last one that I went ahead and tried to choose like a two-parter because of how Doctors Revisited did it. So I went with the first one, the first two-parter, which was The Time of Angels, Flesh and Stone. Weeping Angels are always great. I think this is a good representation of this era too, because Landry, you are right. This is a mess. I love it. It's a beautiful mess. It's my mess. It's great. I want more of it injected into my veins, or put some stone dust in my eye. This is where it starts, where you have all these new convoluted rules for the angels. Oh, anything that has the image of an angel can become an angel. What?
Yeah.
This doesn't really make sense. What if you took? Didn't they have sketches in Blink?
Yeah.
We won't think about that. We'll just
They had
move
photos.
on. They had photos of the angels.
They could be angels.
It doesn't matter. You just maybe they evolved. Who knows? You just move on.
This is
You
a don't
accept it.
tell me the rules era.
Yeah. And you know, actually, you do get the doctor shooting a gun in this episode. Never mind, I have to go away. No, even then, he's just shooting a light. It's okay. I like it. I like it a lot. You have also the crack in time that comes in, and it sets you up, and you're interested. You're hooked in. I love this two-parter. I really do. So yeah, that's my choice.
All right, I went with where it all began, the 11th hour.
Yeah.
Like, I think it does a fantastic and great job of setting up and establishing who the 11th Doctor is as a character. He's a character from a fairy tale. He's your imaginary friend, which is all explored in that episode. And he's kind of, much like, you know, his era is kind of a mess. He's also kind of a mess in this episode, even if, you know, having just regenerated, but just like how he's interacting with everyone. Bit of a mess, and then he'll just focus on one thing. Just like, this thing there, this thing right here. 11th hour it's great. It's perfect. And it's also, if you wanted to explore the rest of that era, it's like the perfect jumping on point for Doctor Who. Ishan says 411 went with Time of Angels, Flesh and Stone.
I mean, he also did have, because it was supposed to be 1.5 hours stories for each Doctor.
Yeah, Amy's choice and the Doctor's wife. Yeah,
not choice,
which are pretty good choices.
Yeah.
I would say Amy's choice. I mean, yeah, it's more about Amy, but Doctor's wife is definitely like the Doctor and the TARDIS.
All right, that takes us to the 12th Doctor, Landry.
Well, I mean, there would be the easy answer for me, which would be Heaven Sent, right? Which I've literally used to show I don't know how many people Doctor Who that don't watch Doctor Who, just because I think the quality of that as a concept, you don't actually need to know or even be interested in most of the themes of Doctor Who or concepts of Doctor Who to appreciate the theme of this story, which is grief, and there's just a lot of value. I didn't pick it because I pick it for everything with the 12th Doctor. But it would be the easy pick. There's also a lot of season 1 12th Doctor that I like quite a bit. So I was a little torn between 3 of them. Time Heist, Mummy on the Orient Express, and Flatline, which I think are all great episodes. I ultimately am going with, even though it's not my favorite of those 3, I'm going with Mummy on the Orient Express because I still really love it. And also, there's something very classic Doctor Who about that one. That one could be, you could drop that episode with almost any Doctor and it's going to work. So, yeah, I went with Mummy on the Orient Express.
Joe of the Corallos.
Well, I have to do Heaven Sent. I mean, why wouldn't I pick that as like the one that like people have to see, has to get recommended? Like, if you're gonna see one, like, yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree.
What else is there to say about it, though? We could,
Well, I mean, you're not talking about the fact that it's part of a really it's a 3-parter, because you have to
need to watch the other part. Oh, you don't need to.
I Dude,
Pixel.
I disagree. The whole point of having Heaven Sent is to have
Survival.
Hellbent
Pixel. We're gonna watch
You
Survival.
literally picked the ultimate foe for Colin Baker. I don't want to hear it.
That is a conclusion to an entire
listen,
season and story.
I'm not saying you're wrong for choosing that, but the reason why I had to pick the ultimate foe is because I can't pick all of Trial of a Time Lord. I can't. I'm not allowed. It's not allowed. The rules say you can't pick this.
I didn't know we had rules.
Sprawling one season. Okay. We make the rules. That's right. But I'm the only Hellbent defender on here, so it's okay. And like I said, I couldn't bring myself to really choose a two-parter for this one. Sean's bringing up Under the Lake Before the Flood. I like it. I do. I like that story. I especially like it's the best version of the Eighth Doctor's intro with a guitar that comes in. It's great. But there are better stories. Robot of Sherwood. No, I like Robot of Sherwood too. I'm not choosing that with my spoon. I'm choosing Mummy on the Orient Express. It is
excellent.
One of the best stories that the 12th Doctor has, especially in that first season. It really does shine through in such a way that you show that to somebody. It's just enough of that sci-fi yet because they're wearing their classical attire. And yeah, it also sets up 12's and Clara's dynamic where she's gone ahead and lying to Danny Pink and okay, this is supposed to be the last one, but no, not really. Anyway, yeah, Chris.
Well, I'm going to answer this with a question.
Oh no.
Are you my mummy?
Oh, so Mummy on the Orient.
I also picked Mummy on the Orient Express. I was going to pick, out of the two, I would have picked Flatline, but I didn't pick Flatline because that is more Clara focused. Like the 12th Doctor is still in there for a considerable degree, but that's more on like Clara takes charge in that episode. But no, Mummy on the Orient Express, it's just a fun episode, and yeah, it does set up it's mending the Doctor and Clara's relationship, then also setting up which would be the big problem of them still having a relationship of some kind, is that they are very, very bad for each other. I would have picked Heaven Sent. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's great, but no, as an episode to introduce, this is who the 12th Doctor is. Yeah, Mummy on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't pick Sleep No More, Pixel.
I love Sleep No More. I'm the only defender of Sleep No More. But it is not. No,
it's not a good 12th Doctor episode.
It's an unfinished two-parter. Where's my second part, Mark?
It's barely a 12th Doctor episode. Even though he's in it the entire time.
It's all about the sleep dust. And that takes us to lucky number 13. 13. Landry.
Well, this is not easy.
It's not easy.
Because the Doctor ended with Capaldi, as we all know, and we have to imagine anything came after that. I didn't watch a lot of, in fairness, I didn't watch a lot of the 13th Doctor episodes. I got to Rosa and I stopped. I was, and this is where Gevain and I would debate. I did not like Rosa. But I did watch a few, and I did watch one and I didn't hate it. And as I recall, if I'm recalling the right one, because none of them stuck with me, it was Can You Hear Me? I think that's the title. No, it's adapted into, which one is it? No.
Yeah, there is a story called Can You Hear Me?
Yeah, with the Eternals. There's a couple Eternals in it.
I think yeah, it might be that one, yeah.
The Zelen.
Yep, it is. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I liked that one. Okay. I don't really know where to go with this. Like, there's just not a lot. I mean, I liked Spyfall all right, but I didn't think the follow up was that great, and it's all part of this larger story. I just like the master in that. I think the actor was really good, and was wasted on a lot of this. So yeah, I go with that one because I don't have a lot of other choices.
Joe of the Corallos.
I'm gonna go with the Woman Who Fell to Earth. Like it gave us a lot of promise, and it kind of goes downhill pretty quick after that. But that first story, before you knew how much everything else was gonna fucking blow, wasn't too bad. So
no.
no.
Again, Joe and I are on the same page because I also chose The Woman Who Fell to Earth. If you go on the YouTube channel, I was going ahead and going to go through each one. So I revisited The Woman Who Fell to Earth. And you know what? It's great. It's not good. It's great. It has so much promise in it. Even though like I don't like her Sonic, the fact that she went ahead and built it because she didn't have access to the TARDIS is cool.
I like that.
Her companions, even though I don't like Ryan, he can't convince me to like Ryan. Even though I don't like Ryan all that much, they do have kind of you see where this little family forms. It's nice. You can see it working. You can see all the pieces. It's like Chibnall put everything into that opening and then said, "Oh, I have to make a season off of this."
Yeah.
Because the rest of it doesn't match this one episode. My second choice was Haunting of what is it?
Villa Diodati.
Thank you. But that's not a good choice to go ahead and represent the era. This isn't actually a really good I choose Orphan 55. No, but this doesn't represent the era. It represents the era we could have had with The Woman Who Fell to Earth. Chris.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. Woman Who Fell to Earth. Like, that really did show promise of like what the 13th Doctor's era could have been. It sets up like the whole fam, as much as I hate the term, it really did set them up well as like her companions. Really not much I could say about that. It's I also would have also picked Haunting as well, but like that really doesn't really represent the 13th Doctor. Other than that, this was another one where it was kind of tough because it's like I hadn't watched a lot of it for a while, and the stuff I do remember, it's just not the good episodes. So it's like, what am I going to pick? Arachnids in the UK? It's awful.
Yeah.
So I had trouble getting past with that episode that you all picked. The bit where she judges a guy who's been tortured by this alien, and he basically shoves him off the ledge or whatever. And she's like, "You had no right to do that." It's like, you put a bomb in the guy's head. Like, who are you, lady? Like, I don't know. I may be misremembering some of the details, but everything about that set so off for me. I'm like, I just couldn't get past a lot of it.
I'm willing to go ahead and like, it didn't sit as truly offensive to me, like how she treated those damn spiders or how she treated the Master in the next season.
I didn't see the spider one.
Yeah, the spider's horrible. Oh my god, Arachnids in the UK is so bad. She literally forces these giant spiders to get into a safe, locks it so they suffocate to death. And that's the kinder method.
Okay. So are we doing
psychopath. Sorry.
Are we doing the 14th Doctor?
We're on the 14th Doctor.
Yeah.
What do you choose?
Before we get into that, Ashan picks Power of the Doctor for 13. Which
it's
I wouldn't
nice seeing Ace and Tegan, I guess, but yeah.
I wouldn't pick it because it's 13's last story and she's barely in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice seeing Ace and Tegan.
Yeah, it was nice to see Ace and Tegan. It was nice to see the older Doctors come back in some capacity for like this celebration. But like, yeah, halfway through the story, 13 just disappears. We do see her like in her head, but she's just gone, and it's supposed to be her final episode. That's like if they did End of Time Part 1 and 2, and David just is not in the first half of Part 2.
Right. God, what were there? There's only 3 14th Doctor episodes, right? Like.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's the Star.
Unless you want to count the Destination Skaro special.
I don't even know what that is.
There's the Star Beast. There's Wild Blue Yonder, and the Giggle.
Okay, so I mean, Star Beast. It's hard not to pick Star Beast because I freaking love that comic. It was my first Doctor Who comic. I bought it when it came out. It's a really pretty faithful adaptation. It kind of kills me that I didn't get the toys from that one. Because oh my god. But that next one, whatever it was called, was really good, I thought.
Yeah.
I don't remember the title, but there's only 3. You know, the middle one.
Wild Blue Yonder.
I really felt like we needed like at least 4 episodes, 2 of the Doctor and Donna traveling together to really get a sense of it, rather than just that one that isn't bookended by them getting back together and then departing. So, but it's really good. We just jumped back into the 10th Doctor era in that moment. It was really solid. So yeah, I picked that one.
Okay. Jowl.
Yeah, I mean, Wild Blue Yonder. Like, what the fuck else are we gonna pick, guys? Like, come on.
Okay. Yeah. I also have to go Wild Blue Yonder. I like, I really do like the Giggle. I really think even with the stupid bi-generation,
I hate that.
Once you get to the game elements, it's fun and it's dealt with. And I do my best to not think about unfollowed up promises. The Star Beast, I really do like most of it. There's that one stupid line at the end, and I can push past it most of the time. But when compared to the other 2 episodes, I think that Wild Blue Yonder is the strongest.
Yeah, like without a doubt, yeah, my choice is also Wild Blue Yonder. Like the Giggle, the Giggle is great until it gets to the bi-generation stuff. After that, it kind of loses me for a bit. Star Beast is great until we have to bring Dr. Donna back. Then it's like, oh, now I have to think about that. The 10th Doctor willingly put in like a reactivation code into Donna, even though he kept saying this is going to kill her. Like, that just makes the 10th Doctor a worse character. And then also the stuff with like, here's how we solve the meta crisis. We just let it go. It's like, really? That you really did kind of like, you get really kind of like stuck yourself like on the wall and like, oh, how do I get rid of this? Oh no, what do I do? But like, yeah, Wild Blue Yonder, it's a fantastic episode. It's more of what I would have wanted RTD to do in the last 2 seasons. I think it really does explore, especially in those moments where the 14 is coming to terms of like stuff of what happened when he was 13, like all the revelations of like the timeless child, Flux, the universe being like devastated, and it's kind of their fault. Like they're not willingly, but it was being destroyed because of the Doctor. So, and the whole thing that it's not done well in the Giggle, like the end of like this Doctor needs to like settle down and actually deal with everything, not just like as usual brush it aside and just hoping that it doesn't get brought back up. I think that also is like brought up, and established but not concluded well with the giggle. But no, yeah, Wild Blue Yonder, without a doubt.
That takes us to the last one we got, 15.
I mean,
Landry.
this wasn't hard at all for me because one, I think there's not a lot of good to choose from, and I also don't think there's a lot to that is introductory representative. So a lot of stuff is right off the list. They're also short seasons, and there's only 2 of them. But Dot and Bubble, which is the one I always go to, I couldn't help but go to it again here. Dot and Bubble is actually one of my favorite Doctor Who episodes. I really like Dot and Bubble. It much like Mummy on the Orient Express, you could drop any doctor in it, and it's a classic Doctor Who episode until the end, where his race becomes an issue and is a driving issue and is a major issue. And I thought that is such a great way to use that. And his reaction to it, there's a great statement made there. And when we get into that point, like, this is a good example of what is story. You know, story should say something about us, to us. Story isn't a sequence of events. Story is some remark upon the human condition, and this absolutely has it. I think it's a phenomenal episode, and I think that most people would respond well to it because of that. Also, if you give them any other episode from this Doctor's era, they're probably going to hurt you. So there was no real choice.
Yeah.
Joe.
No, I mean, I had to do the same thing as Landry. Like, this era blows. It's so fucking miserable. What a joy vacuum. The 15th Doctor's era. It's so weird because he's such a good actor as this. He's such a good Doctor. Jodie Whittaker also. Very good Doctor.
Yeah.
It is criminal how mishandled his era was and Jodie's were. But there are maybe 2 or 3 episodes you could show from this era at all that anyone would have any interest in anything else Doctor Who ever again. And I feel like I'm being generous. So yeah, Dot and Bubble. I wish it wasn't a Dr. Light episode. But the ones he's in a lot fucking blow. So that's what we got to do.
I mean, there are a lot of bad episodes, don't get me wrong. But there are a lot of... There's Rogue. Sean is saying Boom, and I know Boom. Moffat did a great job, but any Doctor could be there. Yes, I do see that.
And also, like, 15 is somewhat different in that episode compared to...
Yeah, and the payoff to Rogue, we don't get.
Yeah, I liked Rogue. I thought Rogue was good.
Yeah, I liked Rogue too, but yeah, it's just like, looking back on it, it's like, oh, that romance is so forced. For like no payoff.
Especially because of how it all wraps up, where it's like, oh, here he is on a screen being like, I still love you, I'm in hell, bye.
Yeah, here he is in hell.
But we have that, the Devil's Court, even with the twist at the end, and I chose Lux. I like Lux.
I knew that was gonna happen.
They brought a cartoon to life.
The better Devil's Court.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Is
I
like the Devil's Court. I like the Devil's Court, but I think Lux is the better.
I like Lux. Okay, these are not terrible episodes, but we just talked about all the ones that are even slightly decent. We just covered it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys.
I mean, of that Doctor's era, there's like you can count them on one hand.
Yeah, absolutely on one hand for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One mutilated fingerless hand.
But yeah, no, Lux is going to be my choice for this one. I I think it's got the charm, the whimsy. It has the promise of this being of light, this god of light. It's like we talked about with the woman who fell to earth. There's so much promise.
Yeah.
Lux also shines some of that promise that an era could have. Can't talk about the rest. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Chris.
And it's a great production value too. So
He's Mr. Ring-a-Ding. Oh. Your heart belts.
For me, yeah, it's tough. Like, I like Dot and Bubble, but it is Dr. Light. I like 73 Yards until the end. I like Boom, but that is very much Steven is kind of writing 12 and Clara again in that episode. Just not as like one for one, but it's very obvious. Like, if you put 12 and Clara in this episode, I think the episode still like is the same.
Yeah.
And then even with the second season, yeah, I like Lux. I liked The Well until it turned into a sequel to Midnight. Story in the Engine is fine. Interstellar Song Contest is fun until that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, especially with like current stuff going on. It's like a But for me, the episode that captures the 15th Doctor, and if I wanted to show someone this is who the 15th Doctor is, I would have to go with his first episode, The Church on Ruby Road. I think that captures like, this is what we want to get across. This is what 15 is. He's out there. You know, he's supposed to be like, he's more fun compared to like the other Doctors. He's also a bit more emotional and emotionally connected compared to the other Doctors. Just like, oh, he meets Ruby, and then Ruby gets temporarily erased from existence, and it's like, no, I can't let this happen. Like, there's something there, but like, we're kind of relating because like, I'm a foundling, she's a foundling. Like, okay, I'm gonna go back and like stop from ever happening. Like, Ruby could be like a very important person here. But mainly for like what 15 is going to be, I think that episode really showed what we could have had. But then we didn't. You know, he's still sometimes fun in other episodes. He's a bit too emotional in other episodes as well, where it's kind of like a, come on, Doctor. You don't even know the Silurian manager and you're crying. You're like devastated that, yeah, sure, a person has died and you have history with the Silurians, but like, you're like upset that he's dying, but then you're like, oh, Joy, I don't care that you might die. I need to figure this out first, okay? I don't care about your concerns at the moment, okay? I'm trying to do Doctor stuff right now.
Or that guy who got reduced down to, you know, sperm and then mopped up.
Oh, yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, he's just sperm now, and just the robot just mops him up. And it's like, oh, funny little robot. It's like, yeah. It's like after Church and Ruby Road, it's like, yeah, he's still fun sometimes, but then the emotional part is too heightened. Where it like Dot and Bubble at the end, that works. Okay, the Doctor being in that emotional state works so well with like the context we had then given at the end of the episode. But like, just having to cry every episode, it's just like, look at this Doctor. He has feelings. It's like, no.
Stuck. Isn't he?
Look how great Shooty Gatwa is at acting. It's like, I know that. Give me more than that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I pick Church on Ruby Road.
Yeah.
And Pixel actually picks Space Babies.
No. I don't know how we came to opposite sides on this. You were the one Space Babies defender. Now I'm the only one that can defend anything to do with
Defend. You're using that word defender.
You
very
defended
loosely.
it. I said it's
average, but should not have been the first episode of the series.
You ranked it a 7.5, I think, that first
No,
time.
I'm pretty sure I gave it like a 6.5 or
no,
a 6.
No.
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
think
that was
so.
one from
You
me.
were
Well,
much
I'm-
kinder than I was.
I'm changing
I was
it. I'm-
great on Devil's Core. I mean,
I give
we
it
have
a
the video
1.5.
evidence. It's
We
on
can
the
rank it right
channel.
now. It sucks.
I'll change it to a 6.
Okay.
That's generous.
Yeah, I know I'm being generous, but like,
yeah,
if this
you
wasn't the
have-
first,
That's our shit. You have our.
hang on. What about Billy Piper's doctor? In quotation marks. We don't know. She's only going to have the one episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see.
And we don't
what
even know
Assuming
if
she doesn't immediately regenerate or whatever. Like,
Nobody knows, and I don't really.
He's not
wanna
even
think
the
about it.
doctor until they say otherwise.
Introducing
idea.
Billy Piper.
As
They need to use
As-
this moment to reboot. Just reboot. Never even follow up on it. It's time for a reboot.
yeah,
I love how I used to get so much pushback from you all on that one, and I was like, yeah.
No, I'm not even team reboot. I'm just let's go back into our wilderness era.
We're
and
gonna
never come
rebrand
out
this
again.
channel as we're all fans of that dinosaurs show from the late '80s, one with the puppets.
mhm.
I thought you were
Start
going to talk
reviewing
about Primeval, Doctor Who's
Oh,
competitor. Which honestly, I'd be all on board. I fucking love Primeval.
I'll watch an episode. I'll review one because I've never seen it.
It's a lot of fun, and also I give props to the first season. They do not go with recognizable dinosaurs. They're just like, people are expecting that we put T-Rexes in here, Velociraptors, like all the big known dinosaurs. No, we're also teaching people. So we're gonna
Nice.
have like more of like the obscure. Here's a Gorgonospid. They're not gonna know what that is. Here it is.
Sean is
I think-
pitching that we just do Big Finish now.
Yeah. I think the closest they get in Primeval of like that first season of a recognizable dinosaur is technically a pterosaur. Like most people would probably think, oh, that's a pterodactyl, but it's technically a pterosaur.
It's different.
So
Yeah.
it's different.
Pterodactyls aren't dinosaurs. So.
Yeah.
I learned most of my dinosaur stuff from the Flintstones.
Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones. Oh.
Landry, you're not supposed to put cement in their mouth.
Oh no! What? That's why they went extinct.
You
Yeah.
have our list. We'll be back next week doing something Doctor Huey Lewis in the news. Who knows? We'll find out. But we'll see y'all then. Thanks so much and goodbye. Alonze.